my bath, and God asked me to make a video. It's pretty dramatic outside, all the storm, the thunder, but it's also very wonderful to hear the voice of Mother Earth. These sounds have been there for always, before man came. It's natural. We're just used to the other sounds which are man-made, the traffic and the tractors driving around. So I'm in here, and this very dramatic period is over, and as like with every big emotional or very big dramatic event in life, you're pretty tired afterwards, and I can feel that. And also it's very much a matter of finding myself, my new self, not really finding myself again, because it's really sensing, okay, well, where am I now in my life? And I think this is very much what the new world is all about, that there's changes all the time, just like the flower growing from this miracle happening from this tiny seed to this glorious being, and the full flower and the withering away and an exhale coming. It's a constant movement, and really going with the flow, that life is changing all the time, and that I'm changing, and that it's beautiful. So allowing myself to rest, and that's what I felt God also said to share with you, that I mean, it's very deep in me that, you know, don't waste your time sleeping. Why do you have to rest so much? You know, get on with it, do more, because it's just so bred into us, ingrained into our system, that rest is really a bad thing, and it's a waste. It's, you know, you should just suppress it. But I was listening to Deepak Chopra, the Ayurveda doctor, Deepak Chopra, I think he's called. I was listening to him the other day, and he talked about the healing power of sleep, and how sleep is actually a type of therapy, and it's very, very essential. I mean, people who are not allowed to sleep, they don't live very long. And in our sleep, and when we're resting, very big things are happening. But in our normal way of thinking, it looks so passive, but it's not. And I was told once by a clairvoyant woman, and you might not believe it, but I thought it sounded very strange, but she said, you're a very busy woman, because at night you're helping people who are dying. You go there and help them pass over. So you're never resting. You're on the job all the time. I don't sense that. I just have a very broken sleep. I'm not. I've always been a very light sleeper. So anyway, allowing ourselves to do nothing and to just be very restful, very relaxed, I think is really, really necessary, especially now on Earth with so much is happening. And while we're resting, if we're not sleeping, and we feel we're not doing anything, we can always pray. And it's so powerful how, and you can also, I mean, do therapeutic work with yourself while you, I've got wet hair, while you're resting, because you can just the whole thing of developing these inner qualities, these soul qualities. It's all a matter of bringing our consciousness into our inner world, into the world of God, that we want to manifest out into our flesh, out into everything we do and say. And so just go there and sense what's going on, and our heart will guide us. And as we move more and more into the light, we feel, when we awaken to our soul, and all these things are going on. It's one of the things I was told to share. It's such a relief, because your relationships to other people are healed. That's the only way you can really live in the light. There's no one you have any grudges against anymore. There's some people you might not resonate with, who you just don't like to spend time with, because you're just in different places, and that's okay. It's okay. But people that you've been mad at, angry at, you've had these negative emotions in the relationship. These negative emotions, they evaporate, they fade away, they just disappear, because it's really not it's not needed anymore, and it's only because you were holding on to something negative. You couldn't forgive. Why did they do that? Why did they say that? How could they do that to me? All this is gone. Because you get to see that we're all these beautiful beings, and whoever is not behaving in a way that's loving and peaceful and just godlike, they're just stuck. It's the only reason. There's no big, great explanation. That's just what they are. They're stuck. And they're actually in pain. They're actually, they themselves are not feeling real great. That's why they do those things. And when we realize this, we can forgive them, because they couldn't help it. And as Jesus says, forgive them, because they know not what they do. So, in a way, it's like a person who's stuck. It's like a little child who's just a grumpy little child, and he's feeling sorry for himself, and he wants your love. And the thing is, that's what I did for so many years. I went and gave them my love, and kept giving them my love physically. But the most important thing is you can just leave them be physically, but in your inner world, to make sure that you're sending them love, so that the flow that's coming from your heart, it's pure love. And while you're just lying here, you can just bathe people in your love. All these grown-up people who are behaving like little hurt kids, just see it and just good. It's wonderful. And praise the Lord, I'm not lying out there. I'm in my safe little home. So we can just lie here and just sense how love is flowing from our hearts. And if there's still some remnants of some anger towards someone, you can just bathe that in love. Say, it's okay, I was angry for so long. I let it go now. I don't want to be angry anymore, because I can see they're just suffering. So all they really need is my love, and I can let the anger go. So just bathe them in your love. And see, the thing is, this only really becomes possible when we love ourselves and allow ourselves every moment of the day to do what is true for us. And that's really the biggest. And it's still something I'm working at. Because our mind and our conditioning is so strong. And it's always judging, saying, oh, you shouldn't be doing this now. Why aren't you washing the floor? Why aren't you doing something else? Because my heart says, this is what I should do right now. I should lie right here. And this beautiful channeling, I just am uploading now, with where Michael, Archangel Michael, is. He has these 3 major focus intentions that he asks us to focus on in our lives. And I've seen some of his channelings. I'll just read them. If they're not from me, I'll just read them from some, because I don't channel. But he's mentions this several times. It's peace, peace for all on earth. And it's, what was it? Peace and abundance for all on earth. And the last one was perfect health and well-being for everyone on earth. This is what's going to happen. And with these 3, so he asks us to see this happening. To say, I wish it to be so. And it will be. When we ask, it will be given. So having these clear intentions in life is so powerful. And it also helps us, give us a new stability, that when you're lying here thinking, okay, what am I doing? I'm not doing any of the things I used to do. You can just see the world in peace, in abundance, and in perfect health and well-being. Just see it. See the world. Every person, just see it in your mind. And it's so powerful. And how are we going to have peace for each person? What is peace? It is that nobody's shooting outside my door. There's no war going on. Well, that's a type of peace. But true peace is that each person is completely at peace with being him and her. Peace just flows in our veins. The peace of being me. Feeling as I feel, thinking as I think, going about my day as I feel true for me. That's peace. I'm at peace with it. I don't understand it. Why am I doing these things? Why am I lying here doing this film? And sometimes I'm watching my own films because I think they can teach me so much. It's and you really think, I mean, this is madness. But it feels good because many of the things I say, I don't think, and so when I hear them, it helps me. It seems mad. It's just the world is, when we're stepping into the new world, everything is so different. But to have peace with it. Because when you can feel that it feels good to do, you don't need your mind to say, oh, this is not the right thing to do, this is the wrong thing to do. You don't need that, because you can feel in your heart, this is the right for me, right thing right now, this is the right thing for me. And that's really living in the new world. To every single moment of the day, do what is true for you. Do what is true for you. And you're in the light. So beautiful. And if someone calls, I love that. I just love my phone. I love my telephone. And I have a landline, so I'm not dependent on all these things, all these satellites or whatever. Maybe they do use. No, in our country, it's all on the lines. So if somebody needs me, I'm here. And I just love that if somebody's in need, I'm here. And they don't call very often, but sometimes some of our children call, or my mother calls, and sometimes I call them. But to just be here for someone who needs to talk a little bit about their lives or their experiences, what a gift. What a gift. Yeah, I just love that, because being a caring, interested person, how many do we know? I don't know many. Haven't got time, they're busy. Busy, 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 busy. But to show other people I care about you, you are valuable to me, and I'm interested in your life. I'm interested in your well-being. Can you give anything bigger? I mean, you could have all these presents wrapped up in this beautiful glossy paper. What is that compared to being present? It's nothing. Just have to check the camera. Yeah, all is well. So, so we got around the whole thing, and we got around the whole world. Yeah, so life is good, and just shortly about my life and everything. Henrik and I are living separate lives, and I just don't know where this is going to take us, but just practicing being at peace with it. And for sure, this has been so difficult for me, because there's so much sorrow. I still have it in me that the person I chose, and we chose each other to live together for all our lives, it didn't work. And the deep togetherness never came. It just came in little glimpses, but it just didn't want to come. That's so hard. So it's like, it's really, really hard. So there's been lots of sadness, but I can feel it's emptying out. And we know that in life, that when we've cried a certain amount, we just can't cry anymore. And so there's a relief also that I don't have to spend energy on this anymore. That's a huge relief for me. So all is well, and I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going. But day by day, I'm just being guided. I'm being guided. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. Yeah, and one of you suggested a book by a Christian woman called for marriages, which is called Created to Be His Helpmeet. And I went and had a look at the book. Thank you so much for your advice. And I don't feel I need any more marriage books, because I've done this for 21 years, and it's just it has to stop. But there are people who are, this is a fundamentalist religious people. I just had a quick look at them, and there are people who believe that we should live, that Jesus and the whole way of living is to abide to certain rules from the Bible, and this is just not my reality. In my tradition, I'm from the Viking culture, and they were there for a while before them. This culture, the Scandinavian culture, we're very, women and men have more or less always been very equal. And in the Celtic religion, Celtic society, which is just over the sea, women were very powerful and very free. And the whole thing of keeping women as a lower, somebody held down, came from the Roman. I don't know much about this, but this is what I've read. Came very much from the Roman culture, where women were very much, they weren't even allowed to go outdoors, and all this. As I see it, it's can be really good for some people. It doesn't work for me, because for me, each person is equally free to do exactly what God calls him to do, and is a child of God. Nobody should keep anyone down with any rule, except for the laws of the nation, the country. So yes, that's just my reality. We're all free people, and there's no rules coming from outside that work in any way. The only rules that are going to work, and work now, really work, are the rules of the heart. And I'm just as valuable as my husband and each other human being on this planet. Being a woman does not make me somebody who should serve anyone. The only one I should serve is God and the light. So thank you for your kindness, and I can't use that. So and also I won't be looking into marriage, and really I'm not interested in a man. It's no, yeah. But that, yeah. I just want to finish off with this, and I won't talk lots about religion. I just feel that if your religion makes you feel that you're better than anyone else, that anyone else is lower than you, it's not from God. That's just how I feel it, and you might feel differently. In God's eyes, we're all equal, and nobody is wrong or anything. And so yeah, that's just how I see it. And of course you will have known that from my praying and talking about religion, that we are all children of God and we're free. And as I see it, Jesus, that's the whole message from Jesus. You are free, and you're the child of God, and you're here to bring the light. Nobody can hold you down, hold you back. The more you shine, the better. Good on you, Mother Nature. So yeah, I'll leave you now, and I love you all, and thank you for being there. Thank you for this community we have here. I hope you feel the same. I feel so grateful that we can connect this way and have this womanhood, and I'm not a man, so I can't have this manhood connection, but I hope that this is, and wish that this is really a mother or a sister-brother community. We support each other as equally beautiful, wonderful beings who are here to shine the light. So take care, my friend. See you soon.